doing a Saikei, there's virtually no rules. All you're doing is letting your imagination, a valley, a mountainside, anything like that. You'll have to forgive me. Okay, I gotta get something to wipe my face. I'm sweating. Kind of play with the stones. I could take and do this one just by itself, and it would still be considered a Saikei. I could do this one just like this. What I'll do when I do something like this is I'll take mud, or this muck, and I'll make little areas to hold a plant in. So now put soil in here. Now, what Allie's done here is when we're doing a scene, we're going to take and make like, we're going to always take the most interesting part of your stuff. So what we're looking for is interest. And it, you know, we got some tall stones here, so we're going to, and what makes it nice is you can move these around all over. It doesn't have to go on one spot. And that's why I tell people just what we can do here, because Martha's stone is tilting, and we'll actually have her a little bit more muck. Leave it there.
Okay.
So that's good. See, we're using the muck like glue. Makes it nice.
Yeah, it is.
No, because once it, you know, you just water your plants, play with peat moss and sand. And then the rest is like the cactus mix. Okay, you mushied your thing down again.
Yeah.
And covering the root ball on my little juniper here. And what's nice about Saikeis or slab plantings is that the roots will hit the air and die back and make new roots. Try all kinds of things. Don't just stick with one thing. Move your rocks around, add rocks, remove rocks, and see what you like the best. I call it making a story when you're working. You know, and it does, Saikeis do two things. You can take very immature stock like this. This is cutting from this summer. It's already rooted. But now I can start this and develop it and enjoy it while it's developing. With all of these, and these are all cuttings. You can do it any way you want, and each time it changes, you know, it gets more mature. You can work on it when it becomes what you like. You can take it out, and you've got a really nice bonsai. But until then, you can take any kind of cutting or seedling and watch it grow and still enjoy. See how dramatic that is? I mean, these aren't, you know, really spectacular rocks on their own, but when you put them together and make a unit, a scene, a story, they become much more than. You really want the mud to go all the way down into your soil line to draw moisture. Otherwise, you know, you got that little chunk of mud that'll dry out in a very short amount of time. So a lot of times I'll just bring the mud all the way down and make a little line.
I really like this one here. Actually, in nature, sometimes we can see the trees on the top of the rock. But what I see here, what I don't decide to put here, It's because the rock has a very interesting view right here. Is I put this one here, I need to put them up, so I lost the interesting view. So better that I put right here, and you can see the tree and the rock.
And I'm always looking for little miniatures. The miniatures are fun. I mean, and the more you cut them or let them grow, the more mature they get. You can let these get huge if you wanted to, or you could keep them very small. You can see just by adding a little bit of moss, a couple little plants.
Right here.
Right there.
Hmm?
Yeah, that would work.
I like it. Yeah, yeah.
It's all a process. All a process.
You can lose the main view,
A natural
but it's a little bit natural in the sun. So wherever you can see the Saikei, it has his own view.
Are you using a round tray as your base or the pot for your composition? Can you design it so that it has multiple fronts?
Yeah. That's when, well, any Saikei should be able to be viewed from almost any angle. As to,
Need to watch this one here, like this.
but see how she used some of her rocks to tell a story of this tree had fallen, and it becomes part of the stone, it becomes part of the landscape. You saw how this, just on its own, was kind of cute. You put that in a tray of water and it can live there for years without, but each time you change these, it changes the dramatics of what's happening. So, and Martha's will get really bushy. Martha's trees are going to get really bushy, so she's going to have to get in there and thin them a lot. Otherwise, they'll be big balls. And I mean, these can, within maybe a year or two, they can get about that tall. So she's going to have to decide, do I want to keep them this way, or do I want them to grow up? That's what's nice about this. This allows you to let them grow up and still enjoy them this side, this process.